You're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle.
Candace Owens is being sued by the French government, Emmanuel Macron, and his wife, Brigitte Macron. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, we want to talk about Candace Owens and the president of France and his wife, Emmanuel Macron, and his wife, Brigitte Macron. So if you don't know what's going on, a couple of months ago, I think sometime early this year, late last year, Candace Owens was on this rape of exposing allegedly the French first lady, that the French first lady was born a man and she transitioned. She's a trans woman. She transitioned and now she's passing on as a woman. Candace also went on to cite a lot of things why she believed this strongly and how this has come to be. And also, she also alleged that Emmanuel Macron and his wife, they are both related, that Emmanuel Macron there's this big cartel thing about, there's this big enterprises, code things that are made, CIA, whatever thing, that puts Emmanuel Macron in power. She wanted to talk about how allegedly the First Lady of France kind of Emmanuel Macron when he was 14 years old, when he was a child. A whole lot of allegations. I didn't make content on that video because it was a lot and I wasn't sure. I don't want to put out things that I cannot chest myself. But anyway, let's check out some of the clips from this expose she did, some of the things she said when she went on this raving of exposing the French president and his wife, Emmanuel Macron and his wife. Let's go check out some of the things she said and then we'll come back and talk more.
They were able to dig up an interview from 1977. And it's a man who says that he is transitioned and living as a woman named Veronique. And the person has the exact same voice as the current First Lady of France.
J'aime pas tellement le mot devenir complètement femme. Oui. C'est-à-dire que nous devenons une sorte de femme pouvant copuler, mais ne pouvant pas procréer. Oui. De là des problèmes juridiques d'ailleurs, dont on parlera après. Oui. C'est-à-dire que l'intégration se fait sans problème sur le plan individuel, il n'existe que sur le plan social.
Essentially, someone in the chat here just said, that's her voice. And she has, after somebody used an AI voice analysis, they said that this was 100% the same person. And the only difference is that the voice has aged. It's a lot of coincidence. Well, 1000%. She was born a man, lived as a man for 30 years. I only presented the facts because Emmanuel Macron sent me a legal threat.
Okay.
We went back at him and we said, Mr. Macron, we won't publish a single episode if you just answer this question. Was Brigitte Macron born a biological male? They came back and refused to answer. They said they don't owe you an answer. Now that's stupid.
All you have to do, let's stop all this Candace, all this everybody. Take a prick of blood, take a little piece of blood. That's male blood or that's female blood. Prove it. Shut everybody up. But then the other side's like, they don't have to do anything. Like when they're like, show us your birth certificate. Would it take 3 years? Just show it. You have it. Show it.
Brigitte Macron did, in fact, statutorily Emmanuel Macron. She was 39 and he was just 14 when they began their love affair. God. So the press lied about that. They first, when they came out with the story, said he was 17, but you can't lie because we know how old Emmanuel Macron was when he was in the play that you said you fell in love with him on.
And got away with it?
Got away with it. It still holds, by the way. Till the end of this year, Brigitte Macron could be tried for this. And this is why they're freaking out. They're arresting journalists. They're doing all this stuff because it's true. Everything they told you about this woman was just fictitious and it was made up because she's connected to a tremendous amount of power in France. And I'm talking the Bernard Arnault family, the Louis Vuitton family. It speaks to something that's so much darker, is very scary. You're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I gotta give it to you, you've definitely got balls. If you need any more evidence that Brigitte Macron is definitely a man, it is just what is happening right now. The idea that you would file this lawsuit is all of the proof that you need, okay? I have been in communication with their lawyers or via our lawyers, like their lawyers and my lawyers have been speaking, phone calls, emails since January. They did not send us a copy of the lawsuit. They did not give my lawyer a heads up that they were filing a lawsuit, but they did instead opt to give this lawsuit ahead of time to the Financial Times, the New York Times, CBS News. What does that tell you? It's a PR strategy. They don't care if they win. This is about running it through the press. I found out with all of you. I found out with the world. I found out from the Financial Times that I was being sued by the first couple of France. Not normal, guys. The Financial Times reported that the lawsuit also says that their filing includes a description of the circumstances in which they met. The president was a 15-year-old student at a Jesuit high school in Amiens when he first encountered Brigitte, then a 39-year-old married teacher with 3 children. So much of that is not true. Again, they're trying to say he's 15, he was 14. Wow. According to the filings, they, quote, formed a deeper intellectual connection when she directed a production of the 1971 Milan Kundera play, Jack and His Master, in which Macron played the lead role. And later, the two began meeting regularly to collaborate on another play. Their relationship, quote, remained within the bounds of the law, the filings say. But when the teenager's parents found out about his, quote, strong feelings for his teacher, they moved him to a different school. Before he left, he told her, whatever you do, I will marry you. Dude, you're such a creep. Like, the fact that you're stating this as a defense, and you're not even telling the truth here, okay? Because you can't ignore the facts of how old he was when he was in that play. You just can't. So happy to go through this in court. But do you realize how creepy you are? How creepy this sounds?
Very
His parents
creepy.
then took him away because I'm disgusting, right? Because I'm a creep. Because I had power over this student and tried to seduce him, not because I looked like Claudia Schiffer, because I'm just like a creepy old man. Like, that's what happened here. And you stating this is like, oh, it's so disgusting. We're not going to shut up. You're not going to bully us. The discovery alone is going to be out of this world. We would be required to depose President Donald Trump. Same day that you were here, I got the phone call. So what's going on? Which, by the way, he acknowledges that the phone call happened in this filing. You've met your match. I will see you in court. You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Candace Owens has finally put her foot in her mouth, y'all. She has finally put her foot in her mouth so much that she is being sued by the president of France. Yes, President Emmanuel Macron is suing Candace Owens for defamation because this woman went on a alleged humiliation tour to gain a following by calling his 72-year-old wife a man. Now, not only did Candace call this woman a man, she said she was born male. Now, according to MSNBC, they filed the lawsuit in Delaware Supreme Court and says Owens had waged a lie-filled campaign of global humiliation, relentless bullying to promote her podcast and expand her frenzied fan base. Now, not only did Candace Owens allegedly call Brigitte Macron, 72-year-old, a trans, she said that she was born her brother, Jean-Michel Troju, I hope I said that right, which is her older brother. I didn't know there was such a big-ass age gap, but damn. Now, we're not going to act like a president has not won a defamation case because Trump just won one. And according to MSNBC, public figures like Macron and Trump must show defendants engaged in actual malice, meaning they knew what they published was false or reckless, disregarded by the truth. Baby, I hope you got money saved up. Because you about to pay a whole nother president from a whole nother country a whole lot of money.
Now, why would Candace Owens tell people that the French president's wife used to be a man? Because now she's getting sued for defamation. Yup, Candace Owens is getting sued by French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte. They're not playing any games, and I honestly can't even blame them. Because not only did Candace Owens say that the wife was born a male, but she's also saying that the couple are blood relatives. She also said that Emmanuel was chosen to be president by a CIA-operated program, and that they've been committing fraud and all sorts of crimes. And what's funny is that Candace Owens is standing on that. After that news came out, she released an episode of her podcast saying, "I stand on what I say, and I'm gonna need proof of you growing up as a woman." She's going as far as volunteering her doctors to go over there to take test samples. Candace Owens is saying that she's ready for this battle. She's prepared for this discovery because she is so sure that this woman is a man. I'm honestly very interested to see how this battle goes on between them, because one thing about Candace Owens, that girl never rests. Okay, so in spite of the fact that people are currently celebrating that Candace Owens is getting sued by Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron, who's the president of France, and his wife, right? Let's take a second to think about the fact that these people in France are quite literally dealing with political unrest, massive national debt, a slowing economy, and a rise in unemployment. But you mean to tell me that the 72-year-old first lady, along with her 47-year-old husband, who's the president, catch the age gap, clock that, they have time to file a lawsuit in Delaware against Candace Owens because she said that this lady was born a man? Mind you, back in the day, a couple of years ago, she tried to sue some journalists in France, and guess what? Those lawsuits were recently overturned. So now she's suing them again, suing these journalists again for cyberbullying because she couldn't actually prove that she was born a woman. Let's clock all of this tea. And people want to say, well, why does it matter? Why is it even our business? It doesn't even make a difference if this person was born a man or a woman. But it does go to show that if you have somebody who's running a country who's quite literally not just misgendered, but has a whole different identity than what they were born, the real question is the why. Like, there's a bigger picture behind it, and I think that's the only message, or at least for what I've seen, the message that Candace Owens is trying to prove is just that what we're being told is not always the truth. Now, I can't confirm or deny any of this, but baby, it's definitely giving a hit dog will holler, because it's right in our faces that out of all the things that these people could be concerned about, they're filing a lawsuit in Delaware against Candace Owens because she was like, oh, the president's wife was born a man. Like, out of all the things, like I said, this is all alleged. I can't confirm or deny. This is just what I'm seeing online on the news. This is what they said, so I'm reporting back. But if you've been keeping up with the Candace Owens series, think about it. This was like, if not earlier this year, late last year, before sis even had her most recent baby. Like, sis literally went on maternity leave, came back, and these people are still stressed about this when we've moved on because there's so many other chaotic things happening. But drop your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't been keeping up, save this video, go look into it, come back, let me know what you think. Per usual, like I said, it's all alleged. Clock that over and over and over. But I'll be back with more updates, so make sure you like, follow, stay for some more tea.
Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte, they are suing Candace Owens. So if you've ever seen the Candace Owens show or her podcast or something on TikTok, she has this running show where she, I think since 2024, has been saying that Brigitte Macron is a man. That she's actually stealing the identity of like a sibling of hers or something like that. That her real name is like Jean-Michel Trogneau or something like that. So that is what Candace Owens believes. So these people are now suing her for defamation because she not only says that she's a man, but Candace Owens says that these two are related. Really shocking. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes the threat of defamation, you know, being sued for defamation scares people, but I don't think that Candace Owens is going to back down. And remember what happened like 3 weeks ago? Those two French journalists who came up with this whole scheme saying that she was a man, and doing their whole investigation, their case was thrown out, I think, or reversed. They had been convicted at first and the judge reversed the conviction or something like that on some technicality. So really shocking right now. I just wonder what Candace Owens is going to say. She has millions of followers, 7 million followers, I think, on X. She's on Instagram, she's on TikTok, she's on YouTube.
Like, all she has to do is say one thing and then millions and millions of people will be watching it. What do you think? This new case has been, I think, filed in Delaware too.
Please, guys, let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section. Do you believe Candy Owens? Do you believe what she's saying? Did you watch the series? If you haven't, I'll say really do go watch the series. It's very long, but very, very, very interesting. Okay, so please go down in the comment section and let me know what you think about this lawsuit down in the comment section. But as always, please be respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. So for me personally, for me, it's really like the entire thing is very, very interesting. I just can't imagine Candace Owens because she is a journalist, and I can just imagine someone like Candace Owens putting everything she has to her name on the line for saying someone is and allege that the First Lady of France is a man. I don't see it if she doesn't have any form of strong conviction that this is true. I don't see someone like Candace Owens. I see, mind if I go on, I am not a Candace Owens fan. Like, that woman doesn't like black people. She doesn't stand for black people. She doesn't like women. She, like, you guys know how I feel about Candace Owens. But I'm just thinking, what will make someone like Candace Owens? Because one, she's a journalist, and secondly, she knows the power of presidency. She knows the power of influence. So I don't think that she will even have released this series or this information, go on this rave of saying that the First Lady of France was born a male and that she is a pedo. I don't think she will go on that rave if she does not have strong evidence that shows it. And if you go through that documentary she did, or that analysis she did on exposing the First Lady of France, you will find out that some of the things she pointed out got you thinking. So I don't know. And then you see a couple of weeks ago when the France government president and the French president went to the US, Donald Trump called Candace himself because of the same issue. And mind you, there is a book by a French writer. That's even what instigated all this thing. That book is still out there in France being sold. That writer has never been sued or taken to court. So it's really interesting that Candace is wrong. Honestly, I really like to see how this one plays out, because I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's no smoke without a fire. Like, I feel like there's something there. I don't know. For once, I'm looking at Candace like, girl, maybe. And the way she came back to, like, put her foot down, like, okay, I can see this, like, exposing more things, like, I'm ready for it. It seems like she had some strong evidence. She doesn't seem like she's faced by it. I know some people say, oh, no, maybe she just tried. No. Because Candace knows better that if those information was wrong, it's most likely she is sued and she will pay through her nose. She knows it. So for the fact that she stick her head and her career, her life out for that, and also the fact that some of those journalists that wrote article in France about this thing, the case was thrown out. A case between journalists claiming the First Lady is a man, a case between them, and then the case is thrown out. I feel like those type of case would be priority in France. But no, it's got thrown out. So I'm just like, were they trying to just check Candace because Candace has more numbers because she's an American. She had more numbers, and she has even brought it even way, because someone like me, I didn't know that there was anything like that going on until Candace brought it up. Then I was start seeing more like all the other writers in France that has talked about this before, because Candace was citing some of them in a documentary. So it's really interesting to see how this is going to go. But yeah, finger crossed. We're gonna see how this is going to roll. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. And also, before I go, can we really agree that? And then another reason why I might be believing Candace too. Okay, I'm not saying women don't do it, but the age difference between the both of them. Candace also broke that in expose thing. The age difference, it's really creepy. The first lady, it's really creepy. Let's even say he was 17, as they claim he was 17. That's really creepy. You're a 30-something years old woman, looking almost 40, looking at a 17. That's creepy. So that just even make me even be giving, maybe Candace is onto something. You guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Love to know what you guys think. But please, as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.